guys, how you going? Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're good, hope you're great. My name's Miranda and this is my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I have gotten a couple of questions about people wanting to know what granola recipe I use, so I thought that this week I would film that. And it's just really coincidental because I haven't had breakfast yet, so I thought I would also show you how I make my smoothie and how we make our granola. Cool. First off, go to your oven, preheat it to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Look, I'll even give you an artsy shot. Whoa, watch, ready? The first smoothie. Alright, so making a smoothie is actually really easy. Pretty much you're just putting a whole bunch of ingredients together and hoping for the best. So for my smoothies that I make, I use half cup measurements and it's just how I do it. First of all, you're gonna need some coconut water. Shake it up. So I'm gonna do half a cup-ish, probably a bit more, of coconut water. Ta-da! And the next step is to get mango. I use about half a cup or so of mango. Water already. But to me that doesn't look like enough, so I'm going to add a bit more. I like a lot of mango in mine because I love mango. Wow, so revelating. Revelating? So mind-blowing? Next I go in with some passion fruit. I use a half cup measurement, but I don't actually use half a cup. I probably only do about like 2 or 3 pieces. Just because I'm not a fan of pineapple as much. So then we have these passion fruit cubes. Pretty much it's frozen passion fruit but cubed. So I go in, that's what it looks like, chuck it in. So the last frozen fruit that we're using is frozen raspberries, and again it's literally half a cup. Yep, chuck it in. And like if it doesn't look like enough, then add more. Honestly, whatever floats your boat. And then what I do is I go in with some banana. So obviously peel it, because who wants banana peel in your smoothie? I mean, if you do, go you, but that's disgusting. You might want to have your brain re-examined. What I do is I break it up to about that size. And I do about 2 in a bit, I'll show you, but it's not really precise. But I like to have leftovers so I can eat it after as well. So, or if I'm making a smoothie bowl, I leave enough so I can put some banana on top, so you don't have to use multiple bananas. Alright, so I'm gonna grab my blender bit, chuck it on. So here we go. Got mango at the bottom, there's passion fruit somewhere, and pineapple somewhere, then you got the raspberries and the banana. Then you tip it upside down, you go in here. So this is it, but what I like to do next is put it into a mason jar, because mason jars look really cute, and yeah. And I always use my steel straw because plastic straws are a no-go. We don't like them. We don't want to kill turtles or anything else. And then all you do is... Oh my gosh, no. Never in my life have I seemed so incompetent at something I do every single day. So then, yep, in, stir it around, and there you go. Yeah. Tastes good. Winning. While I'm drinking this, let's make the granola. Okay. So, people might wonder, why do you keep your textbooks? Well, let me just show you why I keep my textbooks, not for educational purposes, but for pure tripod purposes. This is the setup. As you can see, we have biopsychology, cognitive neuroscience, stats, psychology, and sociology, and then a whole bunch of Wii games. Yeah, this is definitely a professional setup right here. I think everyone should take note of this professionalism. Anyways, smoothie at the ready. Also, Mum is going to help with this because this is actually her granola. And so this granola is really good because you can literally just like adjust it to however you want it, and it's super chill and it tastes good. We got the recipe off BuzzFeed, and so I will link that in the description below, and then you can see what we do. My brother's looking at me. Okay. But yeah, so we're going to do this. It's actually really simple and it tastes really good and it's really healthy for you, and yes, we like it. First things first, you need 3 cups of oats. So, one. Alrighty, next thing is 1 to 1.5 cups of nuts. You can use whatever nuts you want. We use about a cup of macadamias and half a cup of almonds. Sliced almonds. But with the macadamias, we like to have them halved. So we've got more macadamias. Chuck them in. Wow, brand new information. So now what we're going to do is do a cup of coconut flakes, and then we go into seeds. So pretty much, yeah, we're going to add seeds in next. So we do about 3/4 of a cup of the sunflower seeds, about 3/4 of a cup of pumpkin seeds, and then you go in with a teaspoon of salt, and we do 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So you mix it around. Alright, so next step is you add the sweetener and the oil. A 1/4 cup of coconut oil. You can do coconut or olive, but coconut doesn't really have as much of a flavor, as strong a flavor as olive, so coconut's the way to go. And then you do half a cup of maple syrup. And then you just mix that all up. So that is now all mixed together. The next thing that we're going to do is just put them out onto trays. So we have just lined these trays, baking trays, with baking paper, and then once we put them on, we're going to flatten them out and then just put them straight in the oven. And the last thing that Mum does, which actually works really well, is we put some cinnamon sugar on top because it just makes it a bit more yummy and cinnamony, and then we're going to chuck it in the oven. So it takes about 30 to 40 minutes to cook, but what we're going to do is actually put the timer on for 20 minutes, and that's like halfway-ish. And then once it gets to 20 minutes, we're going to take them out, stir them up a bit, break them up a bit, and then swap, like turn them around and swap the tray level that they're on. Just because that way it's more of an even cooking time, just cooking process. So alright, so we have taken the granola out of the oven. It will crunch up as it cools, and then once it's completely cooled, we'll chuck it in some containers. Into these containers, which we got actually from Kiss the Berry, but I'm sure you can find them somewhere super cheap. We put it in this and then store it.
Three hours later.
So this is the final product. It's good to go. So that is literally it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, because apparently that's what YouTubers do. And I will see you again next week. Bye.